Welcome back to our channel, Travel Insight. I'm Mika.
And I'm Frank.
And today we're going to take you on a brief overview of the Romance Villa with private pool and butler suite here at JOIA Paraiso, formerly known as Iberostar Grand Paraiso, which is located about 30 minutes from the Cancun International Airport. So Frank, what do you think about this property?
It was an awesome property. It's very, very beautiful. The property itself is a beautiful property, but I would say the room category, I've never seen a room category where you would have your own backyard with a pergola and lounge space. Now, did I mention that you get butler service throughout your stay? You get room service 24 hours. I mean, you literally can hang out in your room, hang out in your backyard, so to speak, with a pool and get drink service and food. Also, this villa comes with bikes, and you can use these bikes to transport yourself all around the property. This is a very, very large complex. This bedroom is approximately 2,000 square feet with a huge bathroom, huge living room, huge TV, canopy bed. There's turn down service every night. And did I mention check-in? What are your thoughts on the check-in?
Well, this category provides check-in in the actual suite. So that's a level of convenience for all of those who are traveling, especially on travel days when you might be a little tired. So that is very convenient. Also, if you take a look, this is a knockout bathroom. Now, do we live in the bathroom? No. But if you're out celebrating your honeymoon or a special occasion with that special someone, who knows, you might want to be special with yourself. I don't know. But this is fantastic. There's a large jacuzzi tub, and there's a glass partition across the top of the room. Now, somebody's always in my videos. I'm not going to call any names, Frank. But anyway, on vacation, he's not Frank. He's Francisco Blanco. That's just our name. We're always in Mexico, seems like. And this property, of course, a resort stay, a fine resort stay is not a fine resort stay if you do not have a robe and slippers. Now, there are some properties where they consider themselves adult only and luxury, and you have to even get club level to get robe and slippers, but not here. Now, let's just, go in, zoom in a little bit more on this shower. Now, a shower is a shower. You get in there for whatever reason to get clean, right? But I did have to give you this look. Look at that. Look at that view.
Skylights is amazing.
I'm just saying, it's a bit sexy, I must say. Now, this view is just from our room, which we stayed in a beachfront butler, an oceanfront butler suite. And that is no other than Francisco Blanco himself. This pool was massive, and we could easily find ourselves in there all day. Quick overview of the spa. This spa is located at JOIA Paraiso property. There's also another property at the shopping plaza, which you have access to. You have access to both spas, all of the wet areas, the entire length of your stay. So if you are really prone to health, if you're really prone to relaxation, finding your zen, this is a fantastic property for you. Now, if we want to just go back just a little, since we visited this resort, the villas have gone through a makeover. So our videos, that's not quite what it looks like today. The bones are still there. They did refresh it. Okay. So inside this beautiful spa, as you can see at JOIA Paraiso, it has all the trappings of getting your relaxation on. And that's what a lot of us adults do in life. We go on vacation to find some relaxation and reconnect. So when we get back into the real world, we're ready. We're ready. So there's a retractable roof in this spa, and I'm sure they close it when it's bad weather, but it is absolutely fantastic. You can go over to the bar and you can get you a fresh smoothie. You can get you some infused waters, some little fruit and victuals that they have in the containers there. And this is a property who prides themselves in, you know, not having plastics. So you're going to have water bottles that are refillable, and everything is glass, nice, thick glass. So, yeah, they're getting rid of the single service plastics here. So, keep that in mind. We use the spa almost every day, whether we were here or we went to the spa across the way in the shopping center. And like we've mentioned, this is the adult only property. There are 5 properties within this entire complex, and this is the one that's the top tier. And you have access to all of the other ones as well as the shopping plaza. And there is a huge gym also, um, that's located within the complex. But you also have the gym here at Iberis at JOIA Paraiso as well. So don't feel like you have to go catch a train or plane to get to the gym to work out. This is actually a snapshot of the gym that's located at JOIA Paraiso. So yeah, you fitness buffs like my husband, y'all could get it in.
Yeah, it's not the biggest gym, but it does have everything you need. But like Mika said earlier, there's a bigger gym in the mall complex. And I know we're not showing you the mall complex now, but the mall complex was like, wow. I mean, you had eateries, you had a club, you had the gym, the spa. And again, if you stay in the Paraiso complex, or not the Paraiso, let me correct myself, it's JOIA Paraiso now, not Grand. You have access to both of those spas. Free access is included with your fare. Now, this beach, it's not the best beach that we've ever stayed, but it was a very, very nice beach. Of course, there's no seaweed. Depends on the time of the year.
Depends on the time of year.
We were there in January, but this was the first time our room category was an oceanfront room, right? The oceanfront butler room. This was the first time I've ever stayed in a room at a resort that was truly oceanfront.
Now, me personally, if you know me, any of the people who really know me, you know I'm a crafter. So that was one of the activities, macrame. And those are things you can find to get into around the resort. Now, here's a snapshot of what it looks like at night with the pool lights and everything lit up. They were sitting up for an activity, entertainment for the night. I think it was Mexico. Mm-hmm. And it's just a gorgeous property. So if you don't see a lot of activity, a lot of times these adults, including myself, we're in bed about 10, 30, 11 o'clock at the latest. But everyone was out at dinner and they were setting up for this entertainment for the night.
Yeah, this was a beautiful property. I mean, you're going to hear me say beautiful property over and over again. I think the thing that comes to mind about all the resorts that we've ever stayed at, this one, people would say, oh, well, it's dated, mm-hmm. right? Everything is boho now. And this is more akin to your original state of what all-inclusives were, probably 10 to 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But it was clean.
Very
it was
clean.
Well kept. Service was impeccable.
Out of this world service. And we are big service buffs. So service over everything to me. And I take that into consideration also as being a travel agent. Service is everything to me. Now, I can forgive some of the fact that maybe it's not the most newest and the most modern, but service over everything. If you made it this far, thank you, cheers. And here are a few pictures. Once again, I'm Mika.
And I'm Frank.
And we are Travel Insight. I am the travel agent, and I would love to help book you at any resort across the Caribbean and Mexico. We have invaluable experience from our travels for over a decade. Now, if you please get a second and like, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment and we'll get back with you. And most importantly, subscribe and turn that notification bell on, please. Thank you. Here's our information. Have a good one. Until next time.
We're out.